there.
Hey.
So we're actually doing this.
Exactly. We did it, Manahil.
We actually did it.
Nothing is impossible.
We got that idea out of the box and made it to the studio.
Yeah, exactly. And I love it.
I love it.
It's our first time and I really love it.
I'm so excited that I found you. But before we start raving about our friendship, I'd like you to introduce yourself.
Okay, not boring stuff, okay? So, Cyrine, from France, Tunisia. Bonjour. Marhaba. So, basically, I have marketing and PR agency in Dubai.
Yep.
I have more than 10 years experience in marketing, digital marketing. And I have recently started my own business, I can say, as an entrepreneur. So mainly focusing on hospitality markets.
Awesome.
So yeah, and that's it. And we are here today.
That's the most important part, which is why are we here today? And before I go into that, my name is Manahil. I am a marketer here in Dubai, 6 years. I've been raised in Dubai, so Dubai is basically home for me. I've been on the lookout for creators, entrepreneurs, interesting people that I could have these conversations with. And I happened to meet Cyrine through a campaign that we were running, and we just clicked.
Correct.
And that clicking led to this podcast.
It's true. Everything happened for a reason.
Yeah.
Believe in that, yeah.
So I'm going to go quickly into explaining how we met, okay?
Yeah.
So if anybody thinks Facebook is dead,
no,
it's not, guys.
It's true.
Facebook is very much alive. I was looking for a PR person for one of the campaigns that I was working on, and I posted it on Facebook.
Yeah.
And here comes Cyrine sending me a message that, you know what, I have this company, this is what I do, da-da-da-da. Obviously, we had our existing PR companies that we had worked with in the past, and I had no idea about her company. But you know what? I checked her stuff out. I called her over for coffee. We started talking. And oh my God, after that first chat, I was like, I don't know about the campaign, girl, but I need your contact for this podcast that we need to start.
You already think about the podcast, right? Not about the PR campaign.
Oh, no. I told her, I was like, okay, I will do the PR campaign. That's one thing, but keep in touch, you know? I have something else in mind for you.
Right.
Because we clicked, and I know why we clicked. Why do we click? Is our journeys.
True.
Journeys quite similar as women in marketing in Dubai. She has hospitality experience, so do I.
True.
And she's also pivoted out of the corporate world into her, her own entrepreneurial journey. And me, I'd say I've recently started doing that. But as I have started that journey, I've come across so many wonderful women who are doing the same thing. And Cyrine happens to be one of those people.
Thank you.
So if I have not made it clear enough, she's amazing at what she does. She really does know her stuff. And more than anything, it's the vision that she brings. She's bringing a big vision to the table. And we're going to get into that in a minute. But before we go into that, I wanted us to talk about a little bit about our journeys and where we are today. How did we come here? So how did you start your journey into creating Oui Shine?
Good questions. So just to give you like Manahil, my journey. I started as a marketer, so I started work in the corporate world, in the marketing 10 years ago, as an intern. Yeah. But I knew that one day I will have my own. That was my long-term objective, especially here in Dubai. It's a land of opportunities when it comes to marketing, entrepreneurships. So I said one day I need to have my own business. So definitely I work into the corporate world, different hotels. I used to handle different marketing, really my growth was every year, marketing manager, directors. But then I reached, that's like, okay, what's next?
Yeah.
Like, Cyrine, what you want in life? Yeah. What makes you happy? I love marketing.
Yeah.
I work with passion, and for me that's the secret. Yeah. Like you said, I love what I do, so it's super important. Yeah. And I reached that level. I want to do my own. I want to really have my own business. Yeah. Working with clients, having my own projects, and that's freedom. Yeah. But doing what you like. Yeah. That's like, I can say, one of the reasons why I left the corporate world. Mm-hmm. I took a big risk. I will be very honest with you, Manahil. It was not an easy decision. Of course. I had this decision after COVID. Okay, I was thinking that I need to really now be fast. I opened my own business. I was afraid, definitely. You will be scared, especially when you see and look around. But most important, you need to believe in yourself, listen to yourself, trust yourself, your worth, what you can do, your skills. Yeah. And I learned a lot during these 10 years. Yeah. Definitely, my networks marketing background, all the challenges that I faced definitely helped me to take the decision that خلاص, now I want to have my own. I want to you know, like live my life as I want, but still working into the marketing and PR. Yeah.
And that's and thank you for that. That was very, very you know, a wholesome explanation of how you came to, you know, this path. And I think the thing that we bonded over was this want or desire for freedom.
Exactly.
This want or desire for doing beyond the little box that you're given in let's say a job's requirement. And also it's not just that, it's also passion. Like I've noticed sometimes I'm more passionate than the people around me.
True.
And that passion has nowhere to go in certain corporate jobs. So although we have, and it's quite similar to you, I've also grown as an intern to an executive to manager, etc. Working with this type of a company, F&B brands, luxury, you know, basic cafe. However, so many different variations, but the bottom line is the same. My passion is kind of higher than anybody else's around, and it takes a huge amount of team effort to make anything work, right?
Yes.
And when I saw that, like you, I was like, I need to do something on my own. I need to find those people who are passionate about what they do and then bring it together. Because we only grow when everybody else grows around us as well, right?
Yeah.
So that's basically what connected us. And also I'm going to have to say, it's not just that. You, I'm sure, have worked with other PR companies in your history.
True.
And I've worked with PR companies as well. What stood out from her was her willingness to communicate and meet me.
True.
Where I was at.
It's super important,
where I was at. That was a huge differentiator between you and any other company that I was sourcing at the time.
Definitely.
And that showed me so much about you as a person, because you're actually trying to give me value and give me that time for your, you know, to actually help me. Because this is what I think is important to understand, that people work with people, not businesses.
True.
So while you have an agency, I don't have an agency, but I do work one-on-one with clients.
Correct.
And it's the same fundamentals.
Exactly.
I genuinely want to help you. It's not about what can I gain. And that's kind of the difference where you're like, you know what, need to do something on my own. Because I genuinely want to do something that I can be proud of. When I go to sleep at night, it's like, you know
have
what,
to, definitely. You make it. Like you wake up in the morning, say yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know? So definitely.
I mean, we worked on a campaign together quite recently. And I remember when it was doing well, I was messaging you, even though you were external, but I was like, you know what, Cyrine, good job. Like, good.
Thank you. But that makes me happy.
Exactly.
It's like my awards for me. Like when my client calling me, Cyrine, like, yes, you know? So that's... Of course.
And I think as someone who's internal also, it's important to value the people that you work with, whether they're agencies, freelancers, or whoever they are team partners. They are not people you can just offload to and then they just take care of everything. It's a team effort. When there is team effort, then actually you see the results.
100%, yeah. It's all about it.
And that's essentially what we're trying to do here, is to communicate about that.
True.
So, of course, we talked about, you know, the positive sides of coming to this part of our journey. There are also lots of other things that people in the corporate world go through. And I would love to see if we have some similarities here.
Okay.
Being from marketing backgrounds, we know the kind of workload, the work cultures, and the kind of that goes around.
Especially in hospitality, I can say. You will experience everything.
Everything. The lack of boundaries. There's no end to work. What are weekends?
Unlimited,
Unlimited load. I mean, you're a one-man army for everything. So we're going to get into that. But I have a creative way to do this. So I found some Reddit posts of people complaining about similar things. And I want to know if this is something that you've experienced. Okay? So we're going to go into that, right?
Let's do it.
Okay. So here goes the first scenario that someone was posting. And it was, so this guy says, we were working on this campaign for weeks. Full strategy, mood boards, captions, you name it. We sent it over. We're feeling pretty good about it.
Okay.
Nothing on Monday. Nothing on Tuesday. And then Wednesday night, 11 p.m., my client says, hey, just saw this. Love it. Can you just change the entire concept? I'm thinking of something more playful. Maybe turn it into a video. And can we post it tomorrow morning? And he's like, is this normal? Can you just do that after going like blank for 3 days and then just come back and be like, hey, let's just change the whole thing?
Completely,
I have my response to it, but I'm going to wait for you.
No.
So, have you ever experienced something?
Definitely Manahil. It's like I cannot say daily, but 100%. I mean,
oh my God.
Yeah, it happened. Like, that's why for me it's super important to understand. I'm asking a lot of questions.
Yeah.
At the beginning, 10,000 questions.
Yeah.
To understand what exactly you are looking at, what is your expectation, what is your idea. Because today there is an idea, tomorrow another idea, okay?
Yeah.
Especially when you look out on social media, you get inspired.
Yeah.
So definitely I used to work, like, let's say for maybe a month in advance, everything is approved, but then last minute change, or someone in the team came, no, we want to change everything from scratch. Definitely. So that's part of the game.
Yeah.
But sometimes I try to, like, say, okay, no, let's just...
Yeah. I mean, as much as I totally understand that there are people who make last minute changes. But when it comes to, I mean, it's happened with me multiple times, and I've had to put my foot down a lot of times.
You cannot
I've had to be like, hey, you know what? I understand, but let's look at that after this, because if you make so many changes, you're not taking any action.
Exactly.
I've noticed this, and I don't know if you've experienced it. A lot of people that don't succeed online or with their campaigns is they think way too much about every little thing.
True.
Instead of just going for it.
Exactly. You need to stick on one concept. Okay, you agreed on a campaign idea, a concept, okay? Your objective, your targets, everything is already defined and approved. You discuss together. As a marketer, definitely I will guide you, because my vision is maybe different from you, so I will try to guide you as an expert, and then khalas, let's do it. We try. It's all about trying. We cannot say, okay, it will be a success or not.
That's exactly.
So
will it succeed? Will it work? This is like saying one of those uncertain questions of like, how can you predict that?
We cannot predict.
We can't predict that. We are not magicians. No marketer is. If they tell you that they can get you results in 3 months, you know, you gotta read between the lines what's happening there. That's not how it's done. You have to try something in order to get insights 100%. And then work according to it. And this applies to any campaign that we do.
Everything. This
so changing it because it doesn't feel right, or now I got a new idea. Or my worst one is, someone I met last week told me he's doing this. Okay. So I was thinking, can we do that? And oh my God, can I just say my reaction to that is just like, I actually once said to my client, I was like, she was like, I was thinking, so-and-so person said I should do this. And I'm like, so what do you think?
What is your,
what do you think? And she was stuck there. And she's like, I think so, maybe. And I'm like, no. You haven't even thought it through, and you bounced it to me. You're like, let's do this. And I'm like, what is your opinion on this? Because if you go outside into the market, ask them, hey, I have this brand and I'm doing this, everybody will give you another idea. Of course. Like, oh, should do this. Oh no, if you don't have this, don't do that. Make sure you... It's like 1,000.
You will never get out of it. You need to khalas, let's do it. Just try. You have your idea. You want to, we will learn. It's a learning journey, right? So definitely. But me, as an expert, when I see my client like indecisive, I will make like a decision with him. I will say, okay, this will be like that. We'll start on Monday the campaign. Let's see after a week, and then we can adjust and see. But 100%.
So much of our work is actually taking decisions for other people.
It is.
Like, because we gotta start somewhere. So especially, and I'm sure you've had, your discovery calls are pretty much understanding what they want for themselves as well, not just for you.
True.
They're not sure. They're not sure.
I have a case. I'm doing a branding now for clients. He don't have logo. I mean, he has like an old logo, but I was asking a lot of questions. And he was like, also, yes, it's true. I did not think about it. I need to like. He don't have the answers. I said, but this is like super important to create your branding. I need to understand your identity. So that's like like
exactly. I mean, that's what we help with. And when you talk about marketers or consultants, they're not just the skill sets that you see. Like, we understand socials, we understand how the algorithm works, we understand the strategy, but we also understand people. Like that is the top.
That's super important.
We understand how people operate, how people change minds, how people are not decisive generally, how people have a lot of passion but nowhere to put it out there sometimes,
guide them, to educate them, to really give them directions, to be with them during the journey and during like everything. So for me, it's super important to understand with who I am. That's why I want to meet people. That's super important. Like phone calls, WhatsApp, but definitely the first like contact has to be like face to face. So especially after COVID, khalas, so 100%.
Yep. So when we met, you told me a lot about how you started We Shine.
Yes.
As a part of your journey to freedom, your vision as a woman.
Yeah.
As a woman from, your heritage, and then living in Dubai.
Yeah.
Having recognized that there's so many opportunities in Dubai.
100%.
So talk me through a little bit about how important it is for you as a woman to do what you do and also lift other women up. Because I know that's something that you really, really emphasizes on like the first conversation we had.
True.
And I wanted to know how you've come to that and how important it is for you, so that we can also understand, as audience members.
No, 100%. Thank you, Manahil, for raising that questions. But I want definitely to give a message to all women here. Make it happen. I mean, if you have a dream, it can be opening my company or entrepreneurial projects. Do it, Definitely, you will have people who will support you. Will have people who will make you scared, And I had experienced that when I reached that level. I was so frustrated, Manahil. I was going at work. I was so stressed. I was not happy. Yeah. What's the purpose of working if you're not happy? I mean, for me, it was I have to do something. I need to change. I need to start my own career. I need to have my own business, So I want to tell to all women, it is your life. It's a journey that you have to experience. But how to say? Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Trust yourself. Trust the process. Okay. Don't be scared. The circle is super important with your friends, your family, support. Because it's not an easy decision to just quit like that and start your own. Definitely no. You need to think about it. Okay. Because it's your life completely. It's completely new. You are starting something from scratch. And for me, I started. Basically, I had 0 clients. Okay. I chilled. I went in France. I went to Tunisia. I had my vacation. Then khalas, I have to come back. I need to send again CVs and look for a job. No way. I said no way. So I have to do my own. So I did my websites. I start to contact people that I know. Previous colleagues, decision makers. I start to do meetings, introduce myself, my company, and people they were like, oh wow, and people they were like, Cyrine, are you sure? Yeah, you were comfortable in your company, having your monthly salary, and now you need to think.
Now you need to think
everything.
You have to think.
And
now.
It's true, Manahil. Before I don't have that kind of I can say thought, but that's fine. I mean, I like challenges, and it's a risk. You need to take risk in life to go out from your comfort zone. Yeah. Okay, there is people they like to be in their bubble and all, but for me I can't. Yeah. So I said no, it's the right time to jump now. Okay. And definitely it's not easy at the beginning, but for me, you need to believe in yourself. That's the secret. Work hard. Work hard. Especially the first month, 6 months for me was so difficult. But then with work, meeting, doing efforts, networking, super important. Be with mentors. I used to meet a lot of women entrepreneurs before. I used to ask a lot of questions. How did you start? What was your challenges? To really understand and to see, okay, Cyrine, I need to see how it works, the entrepreneurial world, because it's something new for me. So I wanted to understand from people, women especially, who had the experience, who went through the same situations, and who gave me appropriate advice to start my journey as an entrepreneur. I used to go to forum. I used to really attend, to be super active. I've seen
you. You are one of the most active women out there.
I'm like that also. But I love PR, I love networks, I love marketing. So I said, I want to do my own for that purpose. But 100%, and it helps you a lot. But at the end of the day, it is your decision. So if I give a recommendation, just trust yourself and take your decision by your own,
based on
learning journey.
But as you said, it's not easy. No. We and this is something I'm going to talk about later. We have glamorized this idea and concept of leave your job and find your own thing.
It's not no. It looks like, wow,
just leave your job
and when I want, I can do what I want.
No. This is something which is I completely agree with everything that you've said, where you have to find what you want truly and then take that step. Because if you don't take it, you won't know. Yeah. But at the same time, there's also this other side, which is don't fall for the glamorization of this. It is not that glamorous. As someone who is going through that, or as someone who has gone through that, how many times did we think,
it's true. I
can't do it anymore.
True,
happens. The self-doubt never goes away. Exactly. You're going to have that. And you probably might be in a position, depending on your circumstances, where you might have to consider maybe I need a safer option right now. Maybe I do.
Yeah,
maybe
true,
I
true,
can. Maybe I
true.
can't. But firstly, there's no guilt about that. And secondly, you have to understand that you chose this to explore wider opportunities, not to challenge yourself and make your life harder.
Yeah,
it's not.
true.
It's not to torture yourself.
No,
So when we see this online and stuff, when we only see like people, oh, you know, I had a toxic job, I left my 9 to 5, and then I moved to Bali and I started working from there or whatever. Nobody talks about how they got there.
Yeah.
How much money they invested, how much savings they needed to have to do that.
Yeah.
What was their like situation mentally, physically, you know, health.
You need to be strong.
There's so many factors that go into it. It's not for everybody, but if it is for you and there is resistance of self-doubt, you know, listening to other people, which is the worst.
No.
Listening to other people. Those are the things you can work on. But
Correct.
practical things, these are things to think about.
Yeah.
I think the number one for me that I think as any entrepreneur, and even my clients who are entrepreneurs, they go through is self-doubt. Self-doubt is the number one thing, even if it's been year 1, year 2, year 3 of your business. Self-doubt never goes away of like, is it worth it? Does it make sense? Should I still continue
Correct.
this?
Yeah.
Until how long? What's the next step? And sometimes you get overwhelmed by those thoughts, but the reality is that those questions or those thoughts that you're having means that you want it. You still want it.
It's part
and
of
that's
it.
kind of what it is. So tell me, with your experience, like what was the situation where you were like, nah, I don't know, whether it was internal or external, and how you were able to create boundaries for not letting the outside noise in.
I protect my space, Manahil. Okay, it's super important, and my thoughts. So I'm stubborn. I don't know if it's good or bad, but
great.
I listen to myself. But of course, I will take your advice. But at the end, I will take my decision.
Yeah.
So it was super difficult at the beginning. To launch. I mean, for me, it was a big step.
Yeah.
Like everyone knows me in the hospitality industry. I've worked for a lot of brands, hotels. It was like, oh, Cyrine, are you sure? Yeah. Like, so sometimes I was expecting like motivations from the people that I like, the friends, the colleagues. Yes, Cyrine, you can do it. Yes, that's an amazing idea. I had, but most of them like, I don't know. It's difficult. Like, you know, you will quit like your comfortable like life, like you are comfortable and all. So I said, no, I cannot. So, you know, Manahil, I said, no, I reached the step I need to do. So
what were some of the things that people said to you?
No, they said, for example, of course, you have your monthly income. Now you need to think. Then you used to work like peacefully. Now you have a lot of responsibilities. Then you will work with people like maybe you know how you will face.
You don't know how you. I mean, I had some which were like, so how are you gonna start now? And I'm like, but like how everybody starts. So where will you find clients?
And that's also the first question.
And I'm like, I have to get into it to answer that. But like the question that people were getting was less about what I'm trying to do, or more about the outcome of it. Of like, if you're gonna go on this journey, what's gonna happen at the end? And that was everybody that I was speaking to. Was like, well, what's gonna happen at the end, or how long?
Correct.
So is it gonna work? What about your? What about this? What about that? What about your other goals in life? You know, what about
exactly
all those things? And I'm like. I wasn't even thinking about all these things, but thank you for putting all that doubt in my head.
No, that's why we need to be like careful. So that's why I got like, of course, like their opinion, definitely, but it's not based on that I will take my decision. It's based on what I feel. You know yourself better than anyone, right? You know your abilities, what you can do. Definitely. So I knew that it will not be an easy journey, especially at the beginning when you leave everything from scratch and you start with zero income and you have responsibility definitely here. So there is that part that was super scary for me, but I'm someone like independent. I count on myself, definitely, and I know that the first 6 months you need to work super hard. So I used to go there and there, meet people, you know. So and that works definitely because.
And how much do you think how much is it about you when it comes to business?
100%. It's you. I can say Manahil, it's you 100%. But of course, like when you start, especially as beginners, when you start this journey, it's yourself. It's you and yourself. And then definitely there is people that you worked with. Your team is important. But taking that step, it's you only. You will have all your circle, starting from the family, the friends, the colleagues, who will support you 100%, who will give you maybe some like be careful. I had also like some people telling it's okay, Cyrine, you can do it, and if it's not working, you can go back to hospitality. But in my mind, I say never again. I don't want. I want to. خلاص, يعني if you take the step.
That's what I got it too. It's like, oh, if it doesn't work out, which for me is a double-edged sword of like, yeah, as you're saying that it doesn't comfort me one bit because I know I've been there, but at the same time, it's like, I read somewhere that, what if it doesn't work out?
You have to think. You need to be realistic. Of course, I had this. For me,
it's circumstantial too. We don't know. If, let's say, you have an emergency, and I'm being inclusive of all types of people, different types of people. You have an emergency while you're on your entrepreneurial journey, and you need some stability. Yeah, take a step back. That's okay. This is what we don't see on social media. That entrepreneurs, business people, whoever have started something there are months where they step back, find other sources of income, other streams of revenue, and then invest back into their business. It's not always linear where it's just
true. No, of course. No,
it's with the phases of your life. It's supposed to serve the phase of your life.
100%.
Which I think, because when people think about that, if I start, what's gonna happen in 1 year? And then they never start. Because it's like, oh, if it doesn't scale by this time, and then I have to do that, so then what's the point?
Never,
and it's like, you're just never going to start ever then, right?
Yeah. But I think, as you said, like in 1 year, for me, this is how I started. Like in 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, what is your objective, your company values and visions? It's super important also to have a plan, okay? To really work on your business plan. I've worked 1 year before. So before I opened my company, like a year ago, I already thinking like how to start, what market, which clientele. You need to really study that, because it's super important. You cannot just go and خلاص. No, of course. There is a work behind it, a thought process behind, and to be mentally prepared also.
And that starts way earlier than people think.
Of course.
It starts behind the scenes when you're at work, pretty much.
Yeah, when you're at work, definitely. Because you know that you will be opening, you have this vision, right? In 1 year and 2 years, I want to. So you need to prepare yourself, okay? In terms of skills, but mentally as well. You need to really like prepare.
A strong mindset is everything.
Super important.
I mean, with my experience, the only thing I'm gonna say is every day is different in entrepreneurship, or if you're trying to build something of your own, even if it's just a community that you're trying to build or find people, every day is different. You wake up one day and one day you feel super motivated that you're gonna do this, you're gonna meet this person, you're gonna get this collaboration running. I mean, that's kind of what I started with. When I met you, I had the idea of the podcast, and then soon after I found I wanted to have a community of female entrepreneurs after meeting you, of there must be more people doing this, more women in Dubai, because Dubai is become a city where literally anything's possible. So much for women. So much for women.
It's a lot of opportunities,
There's so much opportunity out there, and also it's doable. It's not just the opportunity. No, people can help you get started at any stage of your life. Whether you've been a housewife for 25 years or you've been working for 35 years, you can. And I've actually had first-hand experiences with such women who've been working for 20 years in corporate, suddenly left the job and started. And I look at them and I'm like, I mean, my journey is nothing compared to theirs, but it's like, that is, that you're choosing to let go of everything that you knew and start fresh.
There is,
and it's possible
100%.
Here. I don't know about other places, but here it's possible.
Yeah, they help,
and it's increasing. True. And I think that's kind of where our conversation started. Of like, we should be talking about this. That people are talking about it every single day, especially in Dubai. The job market is difficult. Finding jobs are. Oh my God, that's just like a whole other podcast, finding a job and the mess ups that happen at that. Because you get ghosted, you don't get responses, you get demotivated. And sometimes I feel like entrepreneurship comes as a way to kind of like motivate you once again. To believe in yourself again. Because that journey is so toxic. Like when you're not finding opportunities and you have a lot to offer, and you're like, it's not happening. And then I've literally seen some people who just couldn't do it, and they're like, you know what, I'm going to start something of my own. And I'm like, and then they succeeded, because they had all that energy to do something about
it. Energy and hard working.
And that's how it was. And that's why I feel like it's such a big topic in Dubai as well. For me, I think as you were speaking about the entrepreneurial journey and the working hard and all of that, I think whenever I look at that, and believe me, we have seen everything on Instagram. every woman, every person talking about, just work hard, believe in yourself, you can do this, you can do that. I come from a place which believes in a balance in both those mindsets. Yeah. While a strong mindset is super important, it's not at the cost of your health. It's not at the cost of your livelihood. It's not at the cost of your responsibilities. It's not at the cost of your reality.
Exactly.
Because this is where it gets a bit tricky. Yeah. A lot of people, when you tell them, oh, I started my own business, and they'll be like, oh, so is it like a real one? Or like, like how? What do you do? They're not sure about, because everybody's talking about, I want to do something on my own, but nobody's talking about all the work that goes into it, all the years of saving, learning, meeting new people.
You need to prepare. You have to be prepared.
It's a kind of like a characteristic that you have. Yeah. It starts with when you're actually employed as well. If you're an employee and you're working at your job and you are just working at your job, that means you just want to do that. But if from the get-go you're like, I want to do something different, I want to do more than this, and I want to grow and learn.
100%.
Learn, I think, is super important. If you're not a learner by default, you can't do this because you have to learn so much more when we get into this anyway. And I think that's what we miss, that all these people that you see are on this entrepreneurial journey, they're willing to learn. They are learners. That's what their main thing is. It's a learning
journey. Until now, I'm learning Manahil.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, it will never end, definitely. But that's super important, as you said, to be prepared. Yeah. As you said, savings, preparation, business plan. Yep. How you will do. If it's not working, what is your plan B?
Exactly. What's your plan B?
You need to anticipate. You need to have all the scenarios, the good scenarios and the bad scenarios. Yeah. You need to be realistic.
And it's not about quitting. Like, it's not that I quit the corporate world, so now I'm gonna do this. It's not that. It's you have more to offer. It's not an escape. You don't escape from this life into that life, because that life's gonna drown you if you think that you can escape it. It's actually not like that. I mean, as someone who's left corporate every now and then, I've done freelance, I've done project work, I've done off and on. I've realized that you need to find your rhythm. Neither one is like all bad. It depends on your circumstance. When you can do something for yourself, when you can follow what you should follow it.
Correct.
But when you can't, have the humility and the grace to be like, not for now. For now, I'll focus on this, and then I'll come back to my dreams when I can.
Exactly.
And that's what lessens the pressure.
100%.
Otherwise, there is just so much pressure, especially people from social media. Yeah. As someone who consumes that content, who sees people consume it, a lot of entrepreneurs are usually sending me these reels of like, oh, this person's doing this and we should do that. And I'm like, there is this constant pressure to do more, to do more.
Yeah.
And this is where I say that as much as I understand you're strong-willed, hardworking, have a plan, be determined, absolutely. But not at the cost of your livelihood, because your health, health, you are your brand.
Of course.
Above everything, you are your brand. Because I've been through that as well, where there were definitely weeks where I was just like, I need to do this, I need to start my podcast, I need to meet that person, I need to do this, I need to get my website started. Yeah, and that's it. After 1 week, you're gone.
You're gone. No, that's why for me also it's super important to stay focused and by priority. Okay, because I'm like you. I have a lot of ideas. I want to do this. Yeah. But super important, and the health, as you said, Manahil. Yeah. And it was also one of the, I can say, reason why I quit also the corporate. Yeah. Because I was like not happy, and it will impact everything, your mental health, your body. I was like always getting sick. I don't know, I say, what's happening to me, And then it's like your body giving you alerts.
Exactly.
Like, so for me, I said, okay, now I need just to cool down, take a break, okay? And think about really what I want to do in my life without like being stressed going at work every day to have my monthly income to cover. No, I want still to enjoy what I do. So I want still to do marketing, to meet people, do PR events, because this is what I love, you know. And at the same time, on my own, even if I work hard at the beginning, Manahil, and you have to work hard, you say it's for yourself, you are proud. Yeah. Like a small accomplishment, like one client, one project.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Milestones. That's so important.
Yeah.
If we don't, and even like, for example, just this podcast itself. When I woke up today and I was like, I'm going to do a podcast today.
Yeah, true. Same feeling. I have same feeling.
When I was like a couple of months back when I used to be in a full-time job, I would always be like, why am I doing this? Or why am I doing X? Why am I doing this thing? Or why am I attending this event? What's the point? Today, when I woke up for this podcast, it was like, I'm doing a podcast.
Exactly. And you're proud of yourself.
Because I thought about it and I was like,
exactly.
I'm doing it. I managed to. Because, you know, there is so much weight of following through something that you thought of. Like, oh, you know, we should do this. And then you actually do. You know how many people don't actually do the things that they said they would?
Of course, yeah.
So if you've actually accomplished doing something that you once thought of,
it's a tick in your box.
Just the fact that you did it is a pretty huge deal. How well it went, what's the result of it, what's the point of it, that's all secondary.
True.
You need to cut down your milestones a bit if you want to succeed ahead. Otherwise, it's going to get really challenging. And honestly, as much as I'm saying this is something for me. This little spiel, I'm going to play it back to me.
You have to,
of like, small milestones, small milestones. Because I will end up having this every time. I'm like, I haven't done anything this week. And I'm like, no, I did actually, you know. I met someone. I learned something today. I, you know, networked on this, blah, blah, blah. When we become outcome versus opportunity based, it becomes very toxic in your mind.
In your mind,
and it's hard to keep going. Yeah. So for me, that's been one of the key ways to, you know, continue and not give up.
Never give up,
Okay, so the thing that bridges us together, marketing.
Yeah.
What is marketing? In your opinion, how can a brand actually effectively market their product or service well in Dubai? Let's be specific about Dubai.
True. No, it's super important. For me, marketing is like key, you know. So you need to know your brand, your added value, what you are offering. Yeah. So let's say in the hospitality industry, you see the market in Dubai, it's crowded, Manahil, super saturated. So how you will make the guests like choose your hotel, like on like there is a lot of options. So you need to be different. You need to offer an experience. So how you need to market well. So your content marketing, authentic, because now social media is like number one. Okay, so you need to build a strong image online, reflecting your brand identity, your added value compared to other like you know, competitors hotel, and have an amazing content, but through authenticity. For me, it's all about being authentic.
What do you think is the problem that mostly, I wouldn't say hotels particularly, but also F&B brands, like food and beverage brands, what is one of the challenges that they are facing currently with their marketing?
No, I can say, 100% it's their visibility online. Okay, so they're asking me, Cyrine, we want to be more visible, we want to have more followers, we want to have more engagement. We want, of course, definitely the main purpose is to increase covers, bookings. Competition is hard. Promotions. So it becomes like a promotional platforms. Like every day we have sales, promotions and all. I say, no, I don't recommend. Because restaurants, you go, you eat. It's all about the experience. So it's what you are giving as an added value, an experience to your guests. You know?
Absolutely.
So it's super important to really focus on that aspect.
No, this is something that I was having a challenge with as well, which is F&B is experiential. In today's day, it's just like a lot of businesses require collaborations to succeed.
True.
F&B also requires collaborations to succeed. Now, it's no longer just about your food. It cannot rely on that. It's about what else are you providing.
Exactly.
Because we have to understand that there are so many options out there, and if your competitor is providing an experience and you're not, and even if your food is amazing, it doesn't work. Why would, I mean, think about it yourself. Why would you go there?
Exactly.
Be realistic, right?
True.
I think for me, what I've noticed is, at least with F&B brands, where I've had to pitch of like, okay, so I want to run a campaign. Okay, so what are you running a campaign on? We have this offer. And I'll be like, that's it. Okay, offer.
That's
great.
The campaign.
Okay, that's the campaign. Okay, this offer. Okay, what else? What else? They are not realizing that your customers have grown. Your audience has changed. Also, bear in mind that the people that live in Dubai have changed in the last year or so, more so.
True,
you know, we've got a lot more expats from different nationalities come in. So you have to adapt your business structure, business offering to the new audience that you
100%,
have. So I think that's, for me, at least when it comes to F&B and hospitality, is learning to evolve. And that's super important in marketing.
Trends, up to the market, up to your like customers, what they are looking at. The expectation now are so high. As you said, a lot of restaurants, especially here in Dubai. So it's all about the experience, and I can say also the interactions with your guests. I've been to a restaurant last time, and the team, from the welcoming to serving the food.
Exactly.
How was your dining experience? Touch points. It's like
everything.
The journey from entering to leaving the restaurant. So they have to work on that. It's part of marketing. It's the experience itself. You can have a beautiful post on Instagram, but if I go there, I'm not welcome. I'm waiting like 35 minutes to get my dish.
Exactly.
So it's
service is a whole other thing. I have I'm one of those people who really takes care as a customer to go to a food like a restaurant, and I'll be like, oh, this service, oh, there's a flaw there, because great everything, and then the service just didn't
definitely
add up.
So it's a whole journey experience, 360, as you said, all the touch point from before, during, and after the guest journey. So they need to think, brands have to think like that. It's a whole process.
Exactly.
Okay, we can be amazing on Instagram, TikTok, but
we can be viral as well.
Yeah, viral. But if I go and it's completely different, that's why it's important.
And this is the funny thing. A lot of people think that if you're viral, or you've gone viral for whatever amazing little thing that you're offering, and then when people come there, it's not the same. And it's like, what was the point of that viral video of yours,
so
because you're not delivering.
True. You need to align,
You're very right.
Important. Yeah.
All right. I think we have touched a lot, and I'm super happy that we did this. I hope this is not the last one. I hope this is just the beginning, and we continue to make more like not just conversations, but experiences where we share it with other people. And I'm sure we're not the only ones going through this journey alone. There's so many of us. Other marketers, if there are, please reach out to us. Let's make a big community of all these people who are doing this, and who have a lot to say about what's happening in Dubai. And I mean, this has been amazing. But before we sign off, I just wanted to say, of course, Cyrine does work. I mean, Cyrine does have Oui Shine, and she offers a lot of services for her clients, and she is available. You can reach her out at. Go ahead, you plug it in.
Yeah, definitely. So Oui Shine, as I said, 360 marketing and PR agency. We're offering like all marketing solution from social media management, content creations, PR, events, branding. We are focused mainly into hospitality, hotel and restaurant, but definitely open to other markets, such as retail, fashions, educations, healthcare. So so if you'd like to shine, contact me. So if you shine, then we shine.
I love that little plug over there. I watch it all the time. That was really nice. And as for me, please, you can always reach out to me at Your Story Quest. I help build brand stories for independent brands, mostly in wellness, mostly in mental health. That's a big domain of mine. And Cyrine is my PR partner for all projects.
Thank you.
Let's just say that, I have her full support to get a lot of the PR work that I want to do. And she's worked with me before, so I'm so happy to collaborate with you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
It was amazing. Thank you, Manahil. I love it. Really, I enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Thank you.